The real issue is that we have death anxiety. It's this unique awareness that we are mortal beings, and not like other animals who like see a predator and run. They're scared when there's reason to be scared. When the predator's not around, the animals live in the Garden of Eden. They're in the forever box. But we lose sleep over the idea that in 60, 70 years we're gonna grow old. Like that bothers us now, even though it's so far away, we can't even truly experience it at all. But cognitively, we know that that's coming, and it just haunts our dreams, right? Even the greatest ecstasies are tinged by a bit of sadness, right? This is the existential conundrum. And we have to respond to this, right? We need to find a way of bridging the finite with the infinite, otherwise we can't contend with life. And he cites 3 solutions to the death problem. One is the religious impulse. And the religious impulse, while healthy, the desire to connect with something larger than yourself, has been corrupted by the institutions of religion, which have like hijacked this idea of access to the sacred and used it as a means to control people. Right. So that's fucked.
Which was a predictable outcome.
Yeah, no doubt. Right. It corrupted it, you know?
Right.
Also, as we become more secular, spiritual experience has been robbed of its magic because it can be explained by neurochemistry. Even though I think that just because neurochemistry can explain mystical or sacred experiences, I think that adds to their magic. You know, it doesn't take away, for me, but for others it does. Because they can dismiss the experience as not spiritual, as material, and therefore not worthy. The point is, the romantic solution to the problem of death, for many, doesn't work anymore. The religious one, I mean. Right. Then there's the romantic solution to the problem of death, and that has to do with, of course, the Western construct of romantic love as we know it today. She's like the wind, she's my salvation, she is the sun. It's the lyrics of all our favorite pop songs, you know? It's the movies we love, it's the pop stars we adore. So it's this deification of the sexual partner. It's rendered the sexual partner, the romantic partner, into a holy entity. And by raising a person into the divine space, or by seeing the divine inside of a person, then by the ecstatic communion with that person, you are raised to the divine as well. So love makes you both gods. And in the words of Alan Harrington, when you're in love, you step off that people mover that's carrying everyone else towards death. So everybody's like in one of these like airport people movers, and you're carrying your suitcases and you're sitting on the people mover, and all you're having your problems and your work and your games and your sex and your drinking and your smoking and you're hanging, you're going to work, but the people mover keeps moving. And at the end of the fucking people mover, it drops you to the grave. Right. When you're in love, you jump off the rails. You're not in the people mover anymore. You're now gods outside of time. This is love. Okay. And it's intoxicating. It's like awe. It's like flow. It's an experience that puts you into the timeless realm, puts you into the sacred realm. It puts you into the mythopoetic trance. It puts you into the story realm. It puts you into the narrative realm. It puts you into the mythological realm. Like love lifts you up. And that's a beautiful fucking thing. It's also a lot of pressure. Right? Becker says the burden of godhood is a very real thing. You've got to work on love. You've got to cultivate love. You've got to be willing to hack the backdrop that sustains that love, you know? If you have the same fucking routine, if you're taking your partner for granted, love will die. So you've got to do all the things you do to get flow in your life to keep love going. So if novelty increases flow, novelty will boost love, you know? If challenges and a little bit of fear boosts flow, the same thing will boost love. So go on adventures with your lover. Do unusual things with your lover. Cultivate, enter into altered states with your lover. You know, realizing that the fetching water and the chopping wood maintenance procedure applies to maintaining the divine mental state of love, you know? And I think if you do that, I think you can sustain it in the long haul. I think people who are forever in love, maybe whether they're conscious of it or not, have figured out a way to sustain it. Okay. They've turned their self systems from leaky buckets into colanders some way, somehow. That hasn't like scaled. Not everybody gets that. Most people end in divorce. But I like to believe that that's possible. And so yeah, you know, I'm an artist, so I love love. What can I say?